I'm Dr. Greg Hall, and I wanted to talk about teens, tattoos, and piercings. Teens in the United States these days are getting tattoos and piercings at an alarming rate, but more importantly, they're not putting the adequate time and energy and research into tattoos and piercings to find out exactly what are the ramifications of doing it. What are the issues with the ink, and can it affect my health? What are the job issues or employment issues? What agencies and companies don't hire people with obvious tattoos or extra number of piercings? All of these issues need to be considered before you get tattoos and piercings, before you get a tattoo on your neck or on the back of your hand and you think you have a right to, and you find out later that the companies don't want you because you have that. You find out later you can't join the military with an obvious tattoo or a gang-related tattoo or a sexy or a racist tattoo. You can't get into the military with those tattoos. This information needs to be considered.
Got a tattoo here at Lucky 13, Friday 13, so they did $20 tattoos. I think I was 17 when I got my first one.
I got a tattoo, it was my husband's name. I'm now divorced, and there's no need to hold on to it.
I'm Sharon Blondo. I'm a registered nurse, and I've been doing laser tattoo removal for about 5.5 years. Usually I see probably 25 to 50 people a week, depending on the demand. It was really exciting for them to get a tattoo when they were like 18. It was kind of coming out, a show of independence and autonomy to get a tattoo early. But then after, 8, 10, 12 years, the idea doesn't mean so much to them anymore.
Like me at 18, 19, 20 years old when I got most of my tattoos, and I could never anticipate the kind of changes that would occur internally and how radical they would be, such that I would find myself no longer wanting a tattoo.
Celebrity tattoos. Some are great and some are not so great. So here's a list of the top 9 celebrity tattoos that there's a good chance they'll probably regret one day. We have Nick Cannon, who got his ex-wife Mariah Carey's name tattooed on his back in large font. Rookie move, bro. #regrets. Imagine what it might look like when she's an old lady. I'm just saying.
What motivates them to have a tattoo or piercing? Is it peer pressure or is it a want? And these things need to be looked at, because down the line, by the time they're 30, if peer pressure motivates them to get a tattoo, they usually hate it by then. And then that's when all the tattoo regret and the issues of feeling bad when you look in the mirror and see something that you did impetuously when you were a teen.
This is one of the worst tattoos on Earth. Or is it one of the worst tattoos of the Earth? We'd love to know why he was so inspired by the ocean floor. I bet that flake of seaweed on his cheek is home to 1,000 stories. The embarrassment is so bad, he appears to have bolted his own eyes shut. Smart man, kind of.
All the things that could go wrong with tattoos that people don't think about. Allergic reactions to the inks. Any health issues related down the line related to tattoos. Getting a tattoo is not just a little fun thing you decide to do. It needs to be, people need to think of it as a surgical procedure, like plastic surgery, and think about where they get it, what are the ramifications if they don't like it, what are the job ramifications if they get one, what are the career issues they need to think about, what careers are they limiting themselves from by getting them. What about fads? What tattoo fads are now? What were tattoo fads in the past?
The idea of taking a permanent mark on the skin. People are being culturally predisposed to accept the mark of the beast through the common practice of tattooing. No, it is not specifically outlawed for Christians in the New Testament. However, it is something that was outlawed in the Old Testament, and although we are not under the law, we have to understand on back of it. Now, if you're a Christian who has a tattoo, I'm not trying to put you under guilt or condemnation. Maybe you had that tattoo before you even became a Christian. You are not condemned because of the tattoo, but understand the nature of spiritual seduction and what is going on.
I found that my arrogance to think that when I got to the age that I'm at now, my arrogance as a 19, 20-year-old is I thought that I knew something about myself, that I'd always be forgiving, always be patient with myself. an understanding of the choices that I made. So I would project a sentiment into the future and say, the future me will always be forgiving of my decisions. And what ended up being the case is I was wrong, radically wrong.
What is your opinion of tattoos? It is a popular form of expression these days.
If you want to express yourself, dye your hair. At the worst, it will get shaved off and regrow in 6 months.